the National Football League on EA Sports. And here's Juwan Bentley, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Lions and the Vikings, next on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields. Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And not a whole lot to speak of there, so bring him down shy of the 20. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, this defense for the Lions, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now Fields. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing Jones. He's got it. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Henry going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
Now it's Chris Nagar now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Nagar's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a 2nd one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 11 now. Fields toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards to pick up there. They go up the middle with Chubb to the 43, 2nd down. And the Vikings are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Looking to throw. Jones. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Henry up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a first down.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball again, so he actually does get into the end zone, hopefully on his next carry.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Austin Hooper. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Justin Fields going to lead his offense back out. And he's been off target here early on. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. They'll look to snap that streak here as they start 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's 2nd and a yard. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll give it to Chubb into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3, 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Now Lewis selects to return it. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions now taking over late in this 1st half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here into the hands of Boyd. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A final shot before the break. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this will be recovered by the offense, but it will be of little importance now as time has expired here in this first half. But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 30 on second down, Jones. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Jones on first down. This one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Jones throw into the hands of Reynolds here. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, Jones. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On second down, here's Henry. Trucks over him. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Again, it's Henry. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
11 more on that one, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. Second down and goal. Jones across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The extra point by Nagar is up and good. And it's now 17-14. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Fields. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now a first down throw. Fields. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15. They give the Chubb out of the gun. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Ja'Whaun Bentley there to get him down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. On second down, it's Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The kick by Carlson is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are on time. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Jones. Pass caught by Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jones. To Henry. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw is Jones. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. And now it's 2nd down. All eyes on Fields. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. He's got a man. Complete. And he's brought down. They took a big shot there. It pays off. A solid gain downfield. Here's Fields. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Fields. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And, partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. Oh, it's no good. Carlson pushed it to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They snap it to Fields. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at on the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football and probably 3rd down, kick the field goal, and try and win this game.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Throwing Jones. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Jones. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Lions are going to win this game. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles.